You are now watching another episode, and listening to another episode of Watch More Sports with G. Dot. My boy Big Luke.
What's up? What's good?
What's going on, man? What's going on? So let's get right to it. MSG this past week, they had the Ball family in town. Lonzo, LaMelo, LiAngelo, and of course LeVar sitting coincide.
Doing their thing.
And the Knicks gave the Lakers the business in overtime. So I guess it's not giving the business because it went to overtime. But first, before I even get to the basketball aspect of it, our goal is to make this show's brand about as big, if not bigger, than what LeVar was able to do with Big Baller Brand.
He's definitely doing something major. He's not playing around.
Yo, I had to break it down to somebody the other day that he gets his publicity like Trump got his publicity as far as while running for office. Like it's just straight Twitter and wild crazy comments and talking reckless, but people eat it up. He's been on the Breakfast Club. He's been on CNN. He's been on, and this is the Pops. The Pops, he don't play ball. That's like LeBron's mom going on CNN and going on. You know what I mean? Like,
see, that's what I love the most about it, because he's occupying everybody's attention and he's just letting his sons play basketball.
The problem with it is the heat that Lonzo gets when he doesn't perform. He's playing like a rookie. 20 games in, he's had triple doubles. He's had games where he's looked like an all-star, and he's had games where he's disappeared. I think a lot of it is confidence, and I think that confidence is shaky because every night you're trying to live up to the expectations put out there by your pops. If your pops is calling you the next best thing, you're better than Steph. You're gonna take the league by storm. The pressure to do that on a nightly basis is a lot. You know what I mean?
But I think it's more about him not being an overpowering athletic talent and his game being more cerebral, and he has to figure out how it translates. And it's not all going to come in the first season, but you see flashes of it because, like you said, he had like 3 or 4 triple doubles,
right.
And like that's not regular. Like a lot of people don't have 3 or 4 triple doubles their whole career.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
It's like the tools are there. It's obvious. He just needs to put it all together on a consistent basis, and consistency is what rookies struggle with.
You agree with his pops taking LiAngelo out of UCLA and his having the youngest one, the 16-year-old, and having him sign with agents and having him sign overseas? Because I think the buzz with Lonzo is what got him to become the second pick. Because I didn't think Lonzo was worthy of being the second pick in the draft. I think the buzz that his pops created and generated is the reason why he was like, you know what, I want to go to the Lakers. Lakers is gonna be in a position in the lottery. He talked it into existence, right? So before he even knew where the ping pong balls was gonna go, he was like, yo, we want to play for the Lakers. Boom, Lakers get the second pick or third pick, whatever it was, second pick. And now, with that second pick, Magic goes out and decides, instead of picking up De'Aaron Fox, who schooled Lonzo when it was Kentucky against UCLA, gave that boy the business. He was like, yo, we're going to pick up Lonzo. I think Magic was thinking about ticket sales. I think he was thinking about jersey sales. He was thinking about the buzz that LeVar was creating with his son. But at the same time, I don't know if it was the right pick for him to be second.
The thing about De'Aaron Fox is he's a talent, but he's not undersized, but he's small. When you think about Lonzo Ball, Magic saw himself.
Yeah, long arms, he's tall.
He saw 6'7", 6'8".
True.
He could end up being 6'10", 6'11", because he's young.
Still
growing.
Right.
Like, Giannis came into the league 6'9". He's 7 feet right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you see a guy like the Greek Freak and the way he's fucking ripping open the league, and it's like, maybe I might be the long athlete, you know what I'm saying, a long point guard to really match up with what's coming into the league these days.
Okay, so Lonzo had the assets. Lonzo had the body type. He had the build. You think he had the court vision to make it in the NBA. His younger brother, the second born, the middle child, LiAngelo, the one that was signed up to go to UCLA, and then unfortunately while overseas in China, them dudes decided to get a little immature and hit that sunglasses store.
Yeah.
Pops decides, y'all not putting my son on the court quick enough, I'm gonna put him out of school, have him sign with an agent. Now you can't go back. My thing with that is, from what all the scouts are saying, and me just reading little different articles about where he's ranked or what have you. Nobody in the NBA really had their eye on him. It was Lonzo, and then it was the youngest who dropped 100 in the game.
Yeah.
Right, he's 16 years old. So the one in the middle kid, LiAngelo, he probably would have benefited from staying a few years at UCLA. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if that part of all the stuff that LeVar has done with the sneakers and, you know, doing his own thing and not signing with nobody, and Adidas offer him a whole bunch of bread and he turning it down and all that. The one thing I disagree with is him taking the kid out of UCLA, because there's no buzz behind him. There's no heat. There's not being generated to say, yo, LiAngelo is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? He wants all three of them to play in the NBA, and he wants all three of them to play for the Lakers.
Yeah, I like that.
How does you know what I mean? How does that? Magic ain't promising you nothing unless this is something we don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? I don't see homeboy in the
Well, if nobody's interested in LiAngelo, it's easy for him to get on the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? He'll be undrafted and he can just sign on the practice squad and come up through that route.
Yeah, D-League, G-League.
But the fact of the matter is, I'm not mad about him taking his kids out of school, because college is a hustle. You know what I'm saying? So if you take your son out to hustle so he can go overseas and make money and build his brand, and like LaMelo can sell his sneakers now.
So you're saying this is a move on the part of the brand. Let me take him to Lithuania and get some overseas exposure.
Like, Frankman was playing pro ball over there since 15.
Nilakina.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, in Europe, it's different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the model in America is, yes, you go through high school and you go to college and you play in the NCAA, and when you're done, you go to the NBA. But that's not the only way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And a couple other players have done, you know what I'm saying, taken a different route. And
but who's to say the kid is dropping 50 every day in that Lithuanian league or for that Lithuanian team? That still does, like, that to me. That's not impressive. And I'll give you an example. Russ Smith from the Louisville Cardinals on that championship team a few years back. He's been dropping, if you're paying attention on IG, people have been talking about he's been dropping 60, 65, 70 points overseas. He's still in quarter with an NBA team. Now, granted, I think homeboy's 6 feet tall, maybe $180. So it might be a size thing with him. He's played in the D-League but never got called up, never got a contract to stick. So I'm not sure if you dropping 100 even overseas against grown men is enough for an NBA team to come knocking on your door. LiAngelo, I don't know his height and his weight. I don't know if he got the NBA body. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was going to play small forward, power forward, and for UCLA. Is he big? Is he tall?
Yeah, like he's a tweener between. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Power forward, small forward, and that's the other side of it. Like, if he doesn't make it to the league, he can probably be a tight end in the NFL, and someone will jump on him real quick because he is an athlete.
He played football too?
I'm not certain. He's not going to make it to the NBA. Like, when I watch him play basketball, I'm like, okay, he's a ball brother.
He not on nobody's radar.
Radars is like, come on, like a lot of people ain't on people's radars, and they turn out to be Greek freaks.
I mean, the Greek freak is
all right. So a lot of people ain't on nobody's radars, and they turn out to be Manu Ginobili or Gilbert Arenas or Isaiah Thomas.
I mean, we're just assuming that the bloodline is good enough that he's gonna hang him on.
No, it's more about what I've seen from him. Like, he has the attributes. He has he has a skill set. He just needs to develop it and, you know what I'm saying, find where his game is. And the thing about LaMelo playing overseas and scoring 50 on Lithuanians, what he is going to learn is how to be a professional over there. And that's going to be valuable when he comes back.
Okay, so he'll know how to carry himself outside of the court. He'll be learning among some older cats.
He'll be working out as a professional.
True.
Like, and the sooner you get in the swing of things, the better.
Okay, all right. I mean, you know, listen. I hope that they all do well. You know, I'm a fan of the Ball family. Like I said, I like what the Pops is doing. I just ain't really get the whole thing about pulling the kids out of school. And I know you say, the little high school and college rankings ain't everything, but as soon as he signed the contract, all I heard scouts saying is, he's not on nobody's radar. He's not creating a buzz as far as scouts are concerned. People ain't.
So, if he's not on nobody's radar at UCLA, and he's not going to be able to play for a year, right, you know what I'm saying? So, what are you really hurting?
They weren't going to send him for. You thought they were going to send him for a year? All they did was steal some sunglasses.
They said he was done for the year.
No. What I'm saying is,
they said he wasn't allowed to. They suspended him for the year. He wasn't allowed.
No, it wasn't for the year. It wasn't for the year. They were sitting him down. What I understand is they were going to come back right after the new year, right before conference play.
Oh, so they meant the end of 2017.
Right,
okay.
Exactly. Like they were going to sit down. UCLA hasn't played anybody relevant up to this point. Today's December 14th. They haven't played anybody relevant yet. So I think when those national games start kicking in, that's when Homeboy probably would have came back. We'll see the other two that were suspended also. You'll probably see them back right around New Year's Day, something like that. But for LeVar, you just felt that, you treating my kids a certain type of way and pull them out. I don't know what kind of example you're setting for your kids if they're not getting their way. Go back and just pull them out. I'm going to do what I want to do. I mean?
Or maybe he's teaching them, don't let people handle you any type of way. Just because everybody else is letting them handle them that way.
I get it, though. College is definitely a hustle. The millions of dollars that they're making off these kids, and they're not getting paid to do anything. They're not getting paid for what they do. That's a whole different ball game. But at the same time, I think he could have used the year of playing against 18, 19, and 20-year-olds in college. Structured environment. In Lithuania, from what I understand, they don't really play defense. Just kind of chuck up threes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the skill level is when it gets into the playoffs, the skill level will be similar. To what the NCAA March Madness and all that is, and pretty much that's what the regular season in NCAA you're playing teams like Northeast State or some random Appalachian,
right,
GW, A&M,
D2,
okay. You score 60 by 10 minutes into the game, and you're not really competing.
That's true.
Same thing in Lithuania when you're playing.
All right, we'll see. I'm interested to see.
I want to shit on those.
I feel you. I want to see how Lonzo, when he gets 30, 40 games under his belt, if are we gonna get? He's averaging 8 and 7. So is it gonna be 8 and 7 for the rest of the year, or is his offensive game gonna turn around? And he's showing 50% from the free throw line. Maybe that shot need to be altered. That little sideways side, they need to work on that. Lonzo need to work on his game a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He showed out at the Garden though. Like I said, the Knicks won that game in OT. Lonzo had a pretty good game.
He showed out until the fourth quarter when that boy Frank put the clamps on him.
And I'm gonna say this: in past shows, we've talked about Frank, and me and you have a pretty different view on how we think that pick is going to go and where he's going to project to be in the NBA. But he's shown me some things. I think kind of like with Lonzo, for him it's about confidence. He's shooting the ball a little better. His defense has always been there. One thing I like about Frank is whether or not he's having a bad game, whether or not he's got scored on, whatever the case may be, he's still going to play hard, he's still going to hustle.
He's in the passing lanes.
Yeah. But what I've seen lately is he's getting a little more confidence in that offensive shot. It's coming to him. And sometimes you got to remember, this kid is 19 years old, 20 years old?
Word.
So it'll get there eventually. So I like what I see from the Knicks. Tonight, Porzingis, I think they're playing the Nets, and I think Porzingis left with an injury. So hopefully that's nothing serious. At last check-in, the Knicks were about 10. So hopefully we'll find out some more information about Zingis, and hope it wasn't nothing too crazy. As I segue to baseball, in local baseball, the Mets and the Yankees, if you haven't been paying attention, the Yankees, who led the league in home runs last year, pick up Giancarlo Stanton, and that's the reigning national MVP. So the Yankees, being the Yankees, decided that Derek Jeter was going to bless them one more time, and even though he's the CEO of the Marlins now, he traded to get the best player probably in baseball right now.
You can't really put it all on Jeter because Giancarlo rejected 2 trades.
He had no trade clause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had 2 other trades in place, and he was like, "I'm good."
He said,
and then it was like, "Oh, we moving to New York? I'm down with that. I'm a bachelor."
Listen, more power to him for being able to finesse a no trade clause from that previous regime in Florida. But Yankees being the Yankees, and I'm probably just being a salty Met fan right now. But that lineup is going to be retarded next year. Like, for you to be able to scoop up Stanton and put him either ahead or right behind Judge, that lineup, and not to mention Gary Sanchez, is something crazy. And
Sanchez and Bird and
all them cats, man. Didi Gregorius had 20-some-odd home runs, 27, 28 home runs last year. Like, if nothing else, the Yankees will be entertaining next year. They might have to win games 11-10. Cause I'm still not feeling their pitching staff. But if nothing else, it'll be entertaining, man. It makes for good TV. With that being said, as a Met fan, I'm slightly salty because the Wilpons are still, like I said before, they're trying to catch themselves from that Ponzi scheme that they got caught up in, and they're not spending any money till this day. They're still being cheap with it and haven't signed anybody in the off season up to this point, up to this recording, and so it's tough to be a Met fan.
I think brighter days are on the way because we got a lot of, we got so much young talent. We don't know what to do with it. We don't know what to do in the outfield with Nemo, Lagares, and we still got Cespedes in the corner,
right?
And whatchamacallit, I'm forgetting Conforto. He's not going to be ready for opening day,
right? I'm hearing we might sign Bruce back, which would be a nice pickup.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what to do with second base with Flores and T.J. Rivera, or you know what I'm saying?
We were supposed to pick up Kinsler, and he got traded to, I think it was the Tigers again.
Yeah, he didn't want to come to New York. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. He was okay.
The deal was in place. He just had to waive his clause or something. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. But
it's not easy being played in New York, man.
If apparently Drew was going to be that third baseman and Reyes is going to be all over. I'm not.
You think we bring Reyes back?
I think he's going to be a utility player. You know what I'm saying?
Bench player though.
Yeah, he's going to play everywhere though. That's why they started trying him out in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be in that. What's the dude's name? Ben Zobrist, Chicago.
Okay.
That type of role.
All right.
I mean, where he just, you hurt? All right, I can play there too.
I just don't know if Reyes has it in him to play the outfield.
He played it for a couple games last year. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing.
Yeah, I think if Reyes is playing a couple games in the outfield in the given lineup that day, we probably got a weak lineup out there because if your power, most of the time your power is coming from the outfielders. So if you got backup shortstop playing outfield that day, I don't know.
Yeah, but we got power in other spots. You know what I'm saying? Because you can supplant that by putting Wilmer at second base, and he's damn near a home run he's a chance for a home run every time he's out there.
He's a hard out, especially when he's batting against lefties.
Yeah.
He definitely could rake it. So.
Man, imagine if Lagares came back and was just consistent. Stayed healthy. Because I think that's what's really hurting his consistency. The fact that he's always coming back from an injury, always half injured. You know what I'm saying?
And we got him for cheap. I think when a couple years back, when he signed that, was it a 3-year deal, 4-year deal? It was only like $30 million, $40 million. So that was for cheap. You're starting center fielder, he was projected to be at the time. Great Gold Glover.
He got the glove. He just need to do it at the plate. He
would probably be our leadoff man. We don't have a legit one right now. Talking about Conforto. Conforto hit almost 30 home runs last year. You want that to be your leadoff man?
Yeah.
Come on. Lagares would be it. Typical, I don't want to say slapstick hitter, but he's got power. But speed. We don't got anybody that can steal any bases right now on the Mets. Nobody, literally. Probably Cespedes is probably your best base runner on the squad right now.
Nah, we got a little Rosario.
Yeah. I got to see some more from him, man. I liked what I saw towards the end of the year. He was a bit shaky at first, but the offense is coming around. Dominic Smith too got some power, but inconsistent at the plate.
Dominic,
the first baseman.
Who are they trying to bring in at first baseman? Well, they're trying to bring somebody in to push him. You know what I'm saying? A veteran first baseman. They're not just straight giving him the job.
Well, Bruce can play outfield and first base. So if we got enough outfield.
No, but they're bringing in a first baseman specifically to, you know what I'm saying, platoon with him.
Budget, first baseman on the budget, you know, and Sandy ain't spending spending any money, man.
Yeah.
You can't be a New York franchise in the New York market and not spend money.
I'm okay with them not spending money because we got to figure out how we're going to pay them arms. And we probably, it said they're willing to trade Matt Harvey. They don't want to.
I trade him. He can go. Get him out of here. I'm done with that, man.
If you were going to trade him, it would be now, because if he doesn't come back and be Matt Harvey this season, the value is going to drop immensely.
He hasn't been Matt Harvey for 2 years, though.
Yes, but right now there's still that possibility that, all right, he was just coming back. That first year he was getting right from his injuries. Last year was, last year was just him getting right. You know what I'm saying? And this year is going to be the year he gets back to where, you know what I'm saying? You could pitch that to another team that's true. Will take a chance. If he, for a third season, isn't Matt Harvey, the Dark Knight,
right.
then it's like, y'all figure that out by yourselves.
Because Harvey, when you watch the Mets last year, when Harvey was starting, you get a good 4 innings out of him. You get to that bottom of the 5th, he didn't have the stamina. He started throwing pitches all over the place. I think it just wasn't there. Maybe that elbow injury, maybe he just won't be the same. Have him come out the bullpen. You can always use another arm in the pen, man.
True.
Have him come out there. He could be your 6 and 7, extra long relief, something like that.
No, but he running around dating models. I don't know if
IG models, right?
I don't know if the models are gonna be rocking with relief pitchers, man.
You know what's funny? Our former pitching coach, I think he went to Texas, and there was rumors that the Mets was going to trade Harvey to Texas because they weren't ready to give up on him.
There was rumors of us trading DeGrom to Houston.
Nah,
you know
I keep DeGrom. DeGrom and Syndergaard are untouchable.
Yeah, I like that.
You just said we got to pay our pitchers. Those are the only 2 pitchers I think we got to pay.
Yeah, I like Mets, but he's another one that just refuses to not be injured.
Not even that. We could just. He's not gonna demand $10 million. Mets. He's 4/5.
You gotta pay lefties a little bit more, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, hometown kid. Maybe get a homegrown discount. He's from Long Island, so Speaking of free agents, did you hear that homeboy that signed with the Angels, Shotani?
Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah. So he goes to the Angels. This kid is supposed to be like Babe Ruth. He can throw 102 miles an hour, and he can hit. I think he's got 48 home runs over the course of 5 seasons. Like he can really hit the baseball.
Yeah.
And he's got like a torn or a sprained UCL something in his elbow. And if it gets worse, he might have to do Tommy John. My question is, y'all put up $20 million just to the right to talk to him. Then you give him a couple dollars to sign. And you didn't do a physical first?
Well, the thing about those international rules, like they probably even couldn't. They probably couldn't touch him until they signed him.
But $20 million, it was $20 million to talk to him. You agreed in the collective bargaining agreement. It's okay. We could put up whatever the money is to talk to the dude without doing a physical. I don't know. Angel's looking real sudsy right now because of that.
See. Hey, if he's going to be a generational talent, then you got to wait 2 years.
Yeah, he's only 23. We'll see.
That's 2 years.
It's just a lot of money. Sounds like what they did with Embiid. Well, Embiid was drafted, but Embiid's sitting out for 2 years, and then coming out and being what he is. So hopefully, homeboy for the Angels will be the same way. Speaking of basketball and Embiid has been the truth, and I say that because he talks a lot on Twitter. He talks a lot on social media, and he backs it up on the court.
Yeah, that man does damn thing.
Backs it up on the court. He was going back and forth with one of my favorite players on Minnesota.
Carl
Anthony Towns. He gave him the business. I didn't get to see the fourth quarter game, so I don't know who won. I believe Philly won.
Yep.
And he went on IG and was talking smack to him. Like Joel Embiid, Troll Embiid, as he likes to call himself, has no shame, has no filter. He'll say what he wants, and he'll come out and back it up, And he's got the game like Olajuwon. Somebody, I think it was Stephen A. that had said that his game kind of translates to Olajuwon. I've seen somebody that cool with those moves, back to the basket. He could dribble at the key and all that. They haven't seen something like that since Olajuwon. I like that comparison.
Yeah, he definitely has some young Olajuwon-esque characteristics to his game. But Olajuwon wasn't shooting like that.
Yeah,
Olajuwon he had the crossover, but he wasn't crossing niggas like that.
You seen the Euro step he did the other day?
It's a little different. You know what I'm saying? That boy Ben Simmons is doing his thing too. He's not dropping hella buckets, you know what I'm saying? But he is controlling.
Facilitating.
He's doing what he does. And like he's another one that is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's just a damn problem for any point guard who has to go up against him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you do? If you're not him, how do you guard him? Like he's probably the only person that can guard him.
Make him shoot. If it's one hole in the game, I don't think he has a
Who can make him shoot though?
Oddly enough, today's point guard is looking like it's gonna be the 6'7", 6'8", lanky kid that got handled, but none of these cats can shoot. Lonzo, Ben Simmons, these cats are athletic as hell.
Never had to.
They can't shoot.
Never had to.
Never had to shoot or never had to.
Never had to shoot.
But that's my point. You can't. You're not gonna be able to. Like Ben Simmons, you're not gonna go. You're not gonna blow by LeBron. You're not gonna blow by Russell Westbrook. These cats are athletes too, just as athletic as you are.
He's not gonna be able to bully LeBron too. He's gonna be able to bully Russ. But
because of the size?
Yes. Like Russ is not gonna be able to really stop him.
Stay in front of him and make him shoot the jump shot though.
And he's gonna shoot over him because he's 6'10".
He can't shoot though. I won't say he can't.
No, he's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot over him in the lane. Like he's at a size where if you're bigger than him, you're probably not going to be faster than him. If you're faster than him, you're not going to be bigger than him. So it's just a bully game. All right, if you're going to try to jump in front of me, I'm going to put my body on you and I'm going to spin. And now you're gone. You're in this vast waistline of I left you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm spinning to the lane. And now I got to contend with the big, but you're left. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron could probably guard him, but LeBron's only on one team.
There's only one LeBron. You know what? I'm pleasantly surprised to say he's averaging 17 and a half, 9 boards and 7 assists. So he's scoring more than I thought.
That's a sick stat line.
And he's shooting 50% from the field.
That's kind of monstrous.
50% from the field. I'm impressed.
And he's just figuring it out.
He's not shooting many threes though.
Yeah, that's not really his game.
You gotta lay off. That's what they do. That's what they do to LeBron. But LeBron, I think, is shooting his best 3-point shooting percentage of his career this year. He found a shot.
Yeah, and he's more selective with it.
Yeah.
As he's getting later in his career. Like, when he was younger, he just come down and shoot there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling it. Oh, no. I know I'm 3 for 9, but I'm going to shoot another one.
Yeah, why not? He had the green light, but he still got the green light. But I think now, like you said, he's just a little wiser with the way that he's shooting. So the other day, OKC and Indiana play. PG goes back to Indiana. So before I even get to the game, I had to say I was a little disappointed in the fans in Indiana because PG played what 7 seasons, 6 seasons.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And I understand booing him, doing the warm-ups. I understand booing him because he left, just like how KD had left OKC. What I didn't get was Indiana, the organization, purposely ran some sort of 50 or 30-second video shouting out the all-time great Indiana Pacers, and PG wasn't in the video. So you purposely played that, and you purposely left them out. Like, even OKC, as bad as that breakup was with KD, they had a tribute video for him, thanking him for his time there, blah, 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 blah. Like, PG, the rumor was that he wanted to leave. He wanted to go to LA. So much so that Magic got fined, and you had no choice but to trade this dude. You knew he was going. But he gave you a heads up. You got something in return for him, and Oladipo is balling now. KD just packed up and left. Left you high and dry. So I didn't appreciate. I thought that was a little classless on the part of the Pacers.
But it's Indiana. Indiana's gonna Indiana everyone. Every once in a while.
Isn't Larry Bird still on the board though? Like Larry Bird should have stepped in and been like, he did leave a legacy with Indiana. I mean, they didn't win anything, but that's one of the all-time great ball players.
He didn't win anything, even in the playoffs.
Right.
So it's
I mean, listen, this is the era of LeBron.
He's one of their best players, but if you didn't want to put him in the all-time greats, I can understand it.
For the Pacers, you got what? Reggie, Rick Smits, maybe right? Rick Smits could put up there. Did Mark Jackson play long enough there to put him up there?
Maybe.
Maybe Davis brothers. Maybe.
Definitely the Davis brothers.
Okay, right. So
definitely.
I don't follow Indiana Pacers basketball enough to know before that era, that early '90s era, to really name anybody else. But I'm sure PG got to be somewhere in that ring of honor at some point. No, PG's only 27, 28. So maybe he wasn't there long enough.
Yeah, he maybe a couple more years he would have been, solidified in there.
Maybe. It just rubbed me the wrong way that you got people in the stands wearing number 13 jerseys. Like you're standing and you're booing him and you got his jersey on. You know what I'm saying? It rubs me the wrong way.
It's your right as a fan.
I guess. That's true. We'll stop there.
Want to just keep it going?
No, we're going to keep going. I'm just saying, is it still recording?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, like with Indiana, they got the way Oladipo is playing right now. Sabonis is balling, but like Oladipo was lately, like I think he was the last like 5 or 6 games he's averaging 30.
Yeah, 47 the other night.
Oh man, like I didn't even know that. God damn.
My thing was, so that kind of raises a red flag for me for Russell Westbrook. Because you had Oladipo for a year. It was only a year, granted, I get it. You didn't have no time to mesh, right? You ain't had no time to really, have a rapport with dude. But Oladipo had a bad year in OKC, right? And he's balling in Indiana. Maybe it's because he's the alpha, maybe?
Because he's Russ Westbrook in Indiana. Russ taught him how to be Russ. So now he's over there being Oladipo, but it's really Russ like.
Okay. I didn't know he had it in him, though, I guess my point is.
He had something like it in him. You know what I'm saying? And when he went to OKC, he did a little bit of that. But you know what I'm saying? They play similar. They score their points in the same, you know what I'm saying, pockets of the court. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes he just be off on the wing, and he's not really a shooter like that. He can knock down a couple shots once he gets hot, but
47% from the field.
You know what I'm saying? He's not that spot up. Just throw it to me in the corner, and I'm gonna knock it down every time. He likes to put a triple dribble
slasher.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if you already got somebody dribbling and slashing,
yeah, your
opportunities are soaked up.
It's a bad mix.
But you know what I'm saying. And he really never found no rhythm with the second unit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really where he could have, you know what I'm saying, asserted himself. Mm-hmm. But in Indiana, he's over there just doing
24 a night, man.
Doing what Russ used to do. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he used to do in Indiana, like university. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're right. He got a little legacy there because he played for the Hoosiers, and now he's back there.
And that might be part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Back in your stomping grounds. I'm not sure if he's like from Indiana originally, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those Indiana products come up in the pipeline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing it right now. I'm excited for him. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And I was happy for the Pacers up until they pulled that snub with PG. Because I was like, yo, you had a superstar who didn't want to stay there. They're a small market team, obviously. You got another superstar that's like, yo, I want to go shine in LA or wherever. So I'm like, man, you had no choice but to trade him.
I think what happened with Paul George is initially he was like, put some players on his team. The same thing that Russ told OKC.
But who wants to play for Indiana? You do free agency? How you gonna do it?
How'd they get How they get PG and Carmelo on OKC?
I mean, you give Miles Turner some time, he's gonna be legit.
No, but they made trades. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Indiana did not make trades.
PG had oh man.
It was like, let's try Thaddeus Young.
Homeboy from the Spurs.
George, let's try George Hill.
George Hill.
Now let's send him away and bring him back.
They picked up I'm bad with the names right now. They picked up homeboy from Golden State. He used to be with Golden State back in the day.
Monte Ellis.
Right. It wasn't like they tried though. It was like they didn't try.
Yeah, but those you got him a bunch of castaways.
Who did you want? I'm just thinking of that them Pacers teams that met up with LeBron in the playoffs, and I'm like, who would have put you over the hump? A superstar. But what superstar was available at the time, and you had the assets to go out and get it? They were over the cap. The team, they were paying too much for some players. I agree with that. You ain't have lottery top 5 picks because you were always 6, 7, or 8 seed every year. So
competitive, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand he was upset. I get he wants to leave. I'm not faulting him for leaving. I'm just kind of like, his reasoning behind it is, I guess you say you wanted to win, but you were saying I want to go to LA. By the way, that whole thing about LeBron going to LA, I think that's a done deal. As in, he ain't going to LA. I look at the Lakers now and I'm like, Alonzo Ball ain't what we thought he was going to be, at least not right now. I haven't seen the breakout from Julius Randle, and I'm a Kentucky fan. I watch him.
He's doing better, but the breakout, don't worry about his breakout. Watch Brandon Ingram.
I haven't seen it either from him.
What?
I seen it in spurts.
Yo, that man is coming on.
He's got KD. He's got KD attributes, but I don't see it coming together.
It's coming together slowly but surely with him.
In his third year or is it second year?
Second year. Like he just learned how to eat. Like,
we'll see.
He's gonna grow. He's gonna be. His progression is out of Giannis. I'm not even gonna try. Out of Kumbo.
You think LeBron gonna wait for that progression though? No. Here's the team that I heard.
Like LeBron's game as a old man shouldn't change really too much. Like he should still be LeBron as an old dude. Like maybe not as scoring wise, but as far as facilitating the offense and you know what I'm saying. So maybe you do go there for a couple of you're there for a couple of years. You're teaching these guys how to win.
He's not old to the
and
point.
By the time you're most of his game is athletic, and he hasn't developed his jump shot or the post game enough where, you know what I'm saying, he's going to gracefully...
No, but what I'm saying is LeBron ain't old to the point where, all right, let me go on this up-and-coming team that's not there yet, but let me go there and ride off in the sunset and be comfortable in L.A. Like, if
32?
LeBron 33, turns 33 on the 31st. So much of a fan of it, right? If it was, let me see, maybe the OKC roster in LA, or they don't have the cap space to sign him. I'm just trying to think of a team that has been in the rumors, in the buzz of LeBron might be able to go there. And okay, I've heard that Houston is a sleeper. To me, that makes sense.
For LeBron?
Yes, because Chris Paul's on the other side of 30. Yes, I get it, but it's definitely James Harden's team. I think they're probably one piece away from really like I think they play Golden State right now. It'll be competitive. It'll be entertaining as hell, but I don't know if they could beat them. You understand what I'm saying? Like I like Houston because like Golden State's offense, their offense flows. It doesn't seem forced. Like sometimes when you watch Cleveland.
Like never. Like
it's not. It's just free flowing. It's almost like art when you watch Golden State because they all just Golden State too. They set picks for each other. They all can pick a pop, whatever the case may be. Houston is getting there, but I think they need one more piece because you get a bad game from Eric Gordon and you get a bad game from Trevor Ariza, and they're done.
True.
And can you really depend on those guys?
I think if Houston can turn it up a little bit more defensively, because they're in that stratosphere where they're scoring enough points.
Houston, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They just need to figure out ways to.
But how many times have we said that about D'Antoni's teams? Yeah, that's why I say they need another star. You need another person that you can count on. I can't count on Eric Gordon I can't count on Trevor Ariza or Capella in the playoffs.
Yeah, but you don't need to count on them for points. Because Chris Paul is going to spoon feed him, and whatever Chris Paul doesn't spoon feed him, Harden is going to fucking put in the bucket.
You think they can be going to state today?
I don't know if they're defensive enough.
That's my thing. I think OKC's built to beat Golden State. I got the numbers in front of me. They're the 4th best defensive team as far as points per game in the league.
Yeah.
Their problem is 5 minutes left in the game, and they're staring at each other to see whose turn it is. That shouldn't be the case. It should be, Russ, do your thing. PG, you are the sidekick. You the Robin of this. And Melo, you just got to be
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, that's it. It shouldn't be looking at each other to see who's going to take the... Russ, when they beat Golden State handily by 20-plus points earlier this year, it was Russ just... I'm still upset at KD. I'm just jealous. You know, guy left at the altar, whatever the case may be. I'm going to go and do my thing. And it was an easy win for him. When they play everybody else, it's just like... now you shoot it. Now you shoot it. It's still doing that. 20, 25 games in. Almost 30 games in. That's the problem.
I don't think Russell is playing the jilted, you know what I'm saying?
No, against Golden State,
No, I think his card in that game is, I'm the best player on this court.
He's not, though.
Is he?
He's not.
Nah?
I think...
Are you sure?
I think...
Are we certain?
If you put all the extra stuff aside...
Because like I said, some days I'm not sure he's not better than LeBron.
Nah. Russell doesn't shoot the ball well enough. He's shooting like 39% from the field.
He shoots better than LeBron.
39% from the field.
All right. That's because he takes a shitload of off-balance shots.
Right. I don't need that. I'd rather have KD.
Who do you want shooting in the mid-range? I was talking about, all right, KD, yeah.
And you said on the court. And I'm probably saying to myself, KD.
I was speaking in terms of LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Shooting-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather the mid-range game of Westbrook over LeBron's mid-range game.
I don't know. I think LeBron's points are easier to come
Russell
by.
is knocked down from the mid-range.
That pull-up is, yeah.
LeBron is sometimes.
The thing with Russ is, he like, all right, off the dribble, just pull up, boom. But a lot of times it's erratic, just, you bring the ball up and you just, like, you can't do that forever, man. Like, you don't, like, his game is just...
Maybe doesn't translate into his late 30s, but...
Like, Russ would be great with LeBron on his team. LeBron would love to play with Russell Westbrook. He would love to have a volume scorer, a volume shooter who just wants to take all the shots. He would love that. Because LeBron don't need that. LeBron, field goal percentage is right around 50% his whole career. You look at the stat line every night. LeBron's got 27, and it'd be like on 13 shots, 8 shots on the free throw line.
Very efficient.
A couple threes. He loves to go off. Yeah, let me take a couple nights off. Take a couple possessions off, I should say. I could just rest on offense.
That's the difference.
That's what makes him great, though.
That's
what makes him great.
That's why I want Russell in my camp. But yeah, that's why I want Russell before LeBron, because Russell ain't taking no plays off.
By the way, the whole thing about LeBron not showing up in the fourth quarter, have we paid attention to LeBron this year?
Yeah, he's doing.
And it's not even close.
He's doing his thing.
Not even close, bro.
But he's had great regular seasons before.
Okay.
And I just want him to shine the brightest when the lights is doing the same.
Are we saying that the reason why they've lost 2 series to Golden State is because LeBron shot away from the spotlight? Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
So it's LeBron's fault that Golden State...
The first time, no. He was there by himself, and you know what I'm saying? Everyone fell apart.
Yo, if either Kevin Love or Kyrie are still healthy, and the first time they played, they win that series. Because they won Game 2 in Golden State, and they were supposed to win Game 1. Or they won Game 1.
But yeah, that's what I forgot about that series. He could... There was a couple opportunities where he could have took the series anyway.
Whatever game that they let him get away.
Yes, but he didn't.
He's playing by himself.
Yes, but not. not the way you're supposed to play when you're by yourself. He was still trying to incorporate teammates, and he didn't take over the game. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think the best player in the league is the person that in the fourth quarter is just that doesn't make you the great player.
The best player in the league dominates the game when it needs to be dominated.
He dominates the game. It doesn't have to be scoring.
He dominates games. But he doesn't dominate every game.
That block on Iguodala, when Iguodala thought he had the easy layup, that is as dominant as a buzzer beater. That defensive play, coming from the other side of the court, running Iguodala down. Iguodala's no slouch. And blocking that shot. That's an iconic defensive play. That's domination. That's because you know LeBron is on the court. And you have the ball in your hand, unless you got a fast break, you have to look over your shoulder.
Yeah.
He changes the way you play.
He's really great on
That's
the trail defense.
That's domination.
That's really great on trail defense. But it isn't there on on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying, when he's defended. Like the last series, KD cooked him.
I don't want to say cooked.
Every opportunity. Buckets in his grave.
Before last season.
Like to the point where after a while, he stopped playing defense on him tough.
Nah, like LeBron never turned away. LeBron used to put the clamps on Steph Curry. You remember that?
He can play defense when he wants to, but
how many old
NBA? He can play defense against certain defenders, but he's not a lockdown defender. He's not Kawhi.
He's not Kawhi.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's pretty close.
He's not Paul George. He's not Draymond. He's not, these are top 5 defenders, but this is what you're trying to tell me, that he's that level defender, and he's not.
I think he's
that level help defender. Like his help defense is ridiculous. He sees it as, you know what I'm saying, a safety, and great. He's Ed Reed back there, but he ain't Dion, and there's a difference.
Listen, there are times where
Gary Payton was Dion.
He's not Gary Payton. It's not fair.
Scottie Pippen was Dion.
No, LeBron is definitely Scottie Pippen on defense.
What?
Yes.
Get out! No.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No. No.
Yes,
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
I'm telling you, he is.
No. 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 No.
You have forgotten the accolades that my man has gotten on defense, man.
You've forgotten Scottie Pippen's accolade. All defense every year. Every year. Lock down the best defender on every team every night.
They do that.
So
LeBron
Jordan
too.
can do what he does.
LeBron too, though.
No. Don't play that man, Pippen. Don't play that.
I think as he's gotten older, his defense has slacked off a little bit. He's not as quick as he used to be, so he can't guard the key as he used to be, as he used to. I agree with that. But he had a stretch. I'm looking at it now. He had a stretch when he was all NBA defense for a good 7-8 years in a row.
Yeah, because he's a great help defender.
Help defenders. LeBron don't average 8 blocks a game. When you say help defender, what does that mean?
It means when, you know what I'm saying, he's not guarding the volume scorer on the team.
He is. He's the only person not like close my eyes. I'm like, who he can't guard? Like, who would LeBron dare not come out and try to guard? I'm thinking Harden, and that's it. He's gone out on the island and tried to guard Steph Curry by himself. He's gone out on an island and tried to guard Westbrook.
A couple times.
KD.
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
It's not like Pippen used to be like, this is my guy, and he's not going to be effective for the whole game.
There was no Russell Westbrook.
The whole game.
There was no Westbrook in the 90s, man. There was no 6'5", 6'6" dude who's blazing speed. Name that guy now. Name that guy in the 90s that Pippen had to guard.
Pippen guarded everyone.
I understand that.
Name a guy in the 90s and Pippen guarded him.
I can't name a guy in the 90s that was as... These guys of today, like Westbrook off the bounce, John Wall off the bounce. I can't think of dudes like that.
Was it Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah Thomas is one. Off the top of my head, that was one.
Like
I don't remember.
Tim Hardaway off the bounce was like
Tim Hardaway was not John Wall.
What?
When it comes to no, he wasn't as fast as John Wall.
Oh yeah, he wasn't as fast, but his ball handle was.
No, yeah, I'm talking about like fast break. You got the.
Yeah, but none of them niggas is as fast as Iverson.
Skype ain't. I put the clamps on Iverson. We talking about different generations now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they played each other, but give me the person that Scottie Pippen was putting his clamps on. That was that dude off the bounce. That's what I'm saying.
See,
on a break. Give me that guy. It was bring the ball up slow. Dun, 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 dun. He had the clamps on Ron Harper. He had the clamps on. You know what I'm saying?
It's 10 o'clock.
Speed is nice, but let's not make John Wall to be like some guy that would be tearing up the 90s.
John Wall is probably the best pure point guard in the NBA. Is that fair to say?
John Wall's good. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get any best.
Okay, he's the best two-way point guard in the NBA.
John Wall is good. He's really fast, and he can dominate games at times. And when he wants to, he can get everybody in the flow of the offense. But every once in a while, his ego gets involved. And
you gotta have ego in the NBA, man.
Yeah, but you have to be in control of your ego. Okay. You can't, you know what I'm saying, forget that when you play under control and you're facilitating and, you know what I'm saying, you're letting the flow of the offense come into you, maybe you might be talking about you being one of the top 10 players, but you don't always play like that.
That's consistency
true.
You're right. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And back to the Pippen, it's like, I'm still trying to find who's Dominique. If you want to say who's John Wall, who's Dominique? Dominique was a backup superstar in the 90s, and man, one of these niggas around here can fuck with him.
Yeah, Dominique is the exception.
And Pippen was guarding him. Pippen was guarding Reggie Miller's.
Yeah, Pippen. He was a great defender.
Pippen would guard.
Not at 33. Pippen was doing that in Chicago. When he got to Houston or Portland or wherever he played after that.
Wasn't he like 35, 36 in Portland and Houston? Wasn't they still
he wasn't doing that at 33? I could look up the last time.
Wasn't championships?
You can look up the last time Pippen was an All-NBA player.
He was only like 2 years younger than Jordan. And Jordan was winning championships in his 37. He was 37 when he won his last one, right?
No.
What, 30, what, 4, 35?
Jordan won his first ring at hold on. I think he won his first ring at 29. So he won his last one at 35.
All right, 80.
36.
So Pippen was 33 when he won his last one.
Wasn't Jordan's last year in 98 on the Bulls?
And then the year after that, Pippen had his best season.
Jordan's last year was 98, but he retired in 2002.
Yeah, he had a couple years in Washington. Sad time.
He put up 50 in Washington.
Yeah, he averaged 20. But, yeah, it was what it was.
Yeah.
It was a setup. He got what he wanted out of it.
Fair enough. Listen, man, LeBron, his defense, and I don't want to keep harping on that. And the common theme on this show is me talking about LeBron, and I spend a lot of time defending this man's game. Because as you can see, everybody always got something negative to say, whether it be defense, whether it be fourth quarter, whether it be clutch time.
And the thing is, I like LeBron, but you just going too hard for the bro.
I don't go too hard for him. It's just, he's the best player on the planet.
KD always cooks him. He can't even guard Carmelo.
Who can't guard Carmelo?
Carmelo gets his 25 every time he plays LeBron.
You can't bring up Carmelo when we talk about sports.
Why?
Carmelo to me is the most one of the most overrated NBA players of all time.
Why? Just because his skill set is top 5 and has been top 5 since he entered the league?
He's accomplished nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Teams accomplish things. Let's talk about that man's skill set.
Let's talk about individual accomplishments then.
Let's talk about that man's skill set.
Oh, you said team accomplished things. Let's talk about his individual accomplishments then.
All right, he's been in the All-Star every year. He has like 4 gold medals.
That's it.
He scored the most points in the Olympics history.
That's it. That's it.
He won a championship as a freshman.
Right.
And
individual accolades during his NBA career. During his NBA career. Has he led the league in scoring?
Yes.
When?
For the Knicks. Maybe.
The NBA. He led the NBA in scoring?
Yes.
I gotta look that up. What year was this?
Maybe Was it the year he?
I don't think
I
don't think Carmelo's ever led the league in scoring.
He did.
We're gonna look this up. We're gonna Google this right.
And for like 3 years, he was in the top 5.
Which year? You talking about this year? He averaged 28.
Yes.
He led the league in scoring that year. No, this is Denver.
For the Knicks. What's his top scoring year? That year.
28.7.
Yeah. He just beat out Kevin Durant on like the last day type shit.
28.7. That's probably his best year with the Knicks.
Like the man's skill set is what it is. Like there's not a thing he can't do with the basketball.
He's a volume scorer who doesn't play any defense. This is why we were talking before about Carmelo in a few years. Carmelo in a few years will be a liability. You don't play defense. You don't rebound. You don't hustle. Right? So when your offensive skills are diminished, you're worthless. Now you're going to be a bench player.
What you say his offensive skills is diminished because you assume that, as his athleticism declines, what's going to stop him from being able to pop that jumper?
Man, he gonna have Giannis on him. This kid 10 years younger than he is, and put the clamps on him. You're gonna put the clamps on him.
Giannis is only on one team.
Get you a long, lanky.
And Giannis is probably guarding somebody better than Carmelo because Carmelo's coming off the bench and he's just standing in corners, knocking down threes.
And I like Melo. This whole thing about, I've heard people say I'm not a Knick fan no more because we got rid of Melo. Like, what did Melo accomplish here to make you say something like that? You were to give up your New York Knicks fandom because this man is no longer here. Did he play?
What they ran? You just said that maybe Indiana played it wrong for Paul George. Their careers are very similar as far as accomplishments.
No. Paul George is head over heels better defensively.
Okay, but what have they accomplished? Like for the team? That's what you're ragging on Carmelo about.
Well, I mean, Paul George is just happened to come up in the era of LeBron.
When did Carmelo come up?
I don't know, in the era of LeBron and Kobe, I guess.
Oh, smack dab in the era of LeBron, like drafted in the same year.
They played in different conferences.
Okay, for the beginning of his career.
Beginning of his career.
And in the beginning of that career, he played in the West. When the West was wild.
Oh, here we go.
When San Antonio.
That's another misnomer. That's another misnomer.
The West wasn't better for
the beginning
a long time?
of this. The beginning of this NBA season.
And before that, the East was the beast.
No,
like
listen. The beginning of this NBA season, I heard something about how the 12 seed in the West. Let me pull up the standings. The 12 seed in the West could be a 5 seed in the East. This nonsense. Let me tell you something. There are 4, maybe 5 good teams in the West. I'm gonna say Golden State, San Antonio, Houston, OKC, Minnesota.
Now, Skip, you don't like Portland?
No.
Portland?
Frauds.
You don't like...
What I like about Portland? Do I have two good scorers? I can name a lot of teams. Portland is Washington West. Alright? What am I liking about Portland?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the West is so overrated. People blew this whole West is so much better, way out of proportion, man.
But there's probably only 3 good teams in the East.
That's not true. Celtics are legit. Cavs are legit. So you just mentioned. I'm gonna give you a team. You just mentioned Portland. I would argue I would rather have the Raptors squad than the Blazers. I think Kyle Lowry.
See, at least with Portland, you have 2 good scorers. For Toronto, got like 1.5.
Nah, Lowry probably scores more than CJ McCollum. Look up the number. We can look up those numbers.
Yeah, some nights, but not in the.
Listen, Lowry's a hamburger away. I get it, but
no. It's not even that. It's Lowry don't show up.
I mean,
like he'll just, or he does show up, but he just collects the check. Like he just plays bad for stretches, and it's like, hey, we're trying to beat the Cavs here. How about you not play like a bum?
Portland is 14-13. Toronto's 18-8. But I'm gonna give you Celtics, Cavaliers, Toronto, Wizards, and let me throw Milwaukee in there.
I like Milwaukee.
That's my 5 in the East. And the 5 in the West is gonna be Houston, Golden State, San Antonio, Minnesota, OKC. Golden State and Cavaliers are a wash to me.
There's parity now, but we were talking about the parity that was in the East and the West back
When who was playing? Give me a team. Give me an era.
back when Carmelo was in Denver.
He lost to LA every year.
And that was after Detroit fell off, Boston was falling apart. It was just LeBron.
It's not just LeBron. It's not just LeBron. That's not true. It's not true.
Just LeBron in the East.
That's not true. The Pacers had that one year where they lost to the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals.
You remember what the Knicks were putting together then? Like Shandon Andersons and Felton Spencers.
It's the Knicks. The Knicks have been in shambles for years.
Like there was nothing.
That
was the Stephon Marbury years.
I mean, the Knicks were bad.
Weatherspoons and
The Knicks were bad.
Isleys.
That's one team though. The Bulls were always around. Joakim Noah and Ben Gordon's.
Always around to disappoint.
That ain't LeBron's fault. That ain't LeBron's fault though. I just always thought this notion that the East was always better, the West was always better, was just grossly overrated. And even today, the 8th seed in the East is 14-13. The 8th seed in the West is 13-14.
Yeah.
And we could look up the splits between when the East and West play each other, and I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty even too.
Like it's definitely not